Scheuerell Lane.
Okay. You were contacted by the police this morning. What time were you contacted by the police initially?
Well, this morning at 9 o'clock this morning, I had just noticed that there were some police staff out in our backyard by our neighbor's deck.
Okay.
And so we were just kind of watching what was going on, and then about a half hour later, then we got a call, and they said if you could just stay in the house, not leave.
So at about
for a little
9:30 they called and said stay in the house, don't go anywhere. And you guys complied, you stayed in the house, didn't go anywhere. Who was home at the time with you? Was it just you or?
It was myself, and I had some girlfriends over and their kids, and so I had asked them, you know, if I should have them stay, and they said if you could have your guests leave, and so my guests left, and then my kids were all still up in bed, and then when they got up, then shortly after they came over and said if you could all go in the basement, that would be in your best interest.
Okay. Did they tell you why they wanted you to go into the basement?
Initially I asked, and they said they couldn't really say, but then eventually they said that there was something going on across the street, that there was somebody with a gun, and they wanted us in the basement.
When you say across the street, what street would that be on then where this was happening?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was on Elizabeth Lane or if it was on Scheuerell Lane.
Okay. But it was one of those two. Okay. So they told you to go into the basement. Did you guys go into the basement?
Yes.
And how long did you stay in the basement?
We were in the basement for maybe half an hour,
Okay.
and then we had some police officers come to our door and say, now we need you to leave, and we're going to escort you out, and we have a squad car waiting that will take you to where you need to go.
Who escorted you out? The police?
There were a couple, I'm not sure if they were the squad team or if they were just members of our Sun Prairie Police Department.
What did they have on? Did they just have on like the dark blues, or did they have on camouflage gear? What did they?
They had on, one had on navy blue and the other was camouflage.
Okay, so one of them was probably a member of the SWAT team.
Yeah, I believe he was the one that was there since 9 o'clock.
So they told you to leave, and you guys, it was about 10 o'clock when you guys were asked to leave your home. How did they?
No, that was more like about
Sorry.
12 noon that we
About
were
12 noon,
asked to
okay,
leave,
when you were asked to leave. So when you left, did you just walk out the front door?
No, we went out the back door.
Okay, and you kind of, what did you have to cut through to get out? You said you kind of went through the woods, correct?
Yeah, we went out our backyard through the neighbor's wooded area and out to the Sacred Hearts Church, where they had a squad.
So it was yourself and your two daughters that were escorted out, or?
It was my 3 daughters,
Okay.
and then my daughter's friend that was sleeping over, she was there too. Yeah.
Since then, what have you guys been doing?
We were just hanging out at Beans and Cream, getting some chai tea and breakfast and stuff.
And so far, have you been allowed back into your home?
No, and when we called, and they just said it's still, everything is the same, so you need to just stay out until we call you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do now?
I'm not sure.
Try to pass the time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Kelly, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.